Hello, welcome to Health Alert. I'm Pam Butler. Today we're going to talk about H2O for Life, and joining me is Tim Skiba with H2O for Life. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Pam.
Now this is really exciting. Of course, most of us know H2O to be water. So I'm going to ask you to start with about water. Why is it important for people like me who really struggle with water, drinking water? I know I should, but somehow I just can't seem to get it done, but every day is a new day. Why is water important for us?
Well, people struggle with drinking water, whether it's from taste or just habit or whatever, but really it's as vital to the human body as anything. In fact, it's even more vital than oxygen, because without water, oxygen cannot even be transported.
Okay.
So it's as crucial to your body as water in a fish tank is to a fish.
Okay. Now with water, water has sort of some benefits health-wise too. In general, how does water fit into the health regimen in terms of illness? Well,
there's a few different properties of water that the body has to have. The water in our body, which we are 75% water, it has to be in a certain way. And so if it gets acidic, we're in trouble. If we're dehydrated, even just 1% or 2%, our cognitive function, even metabolism, anything to do with any part of our body gets off balance, and we're in trouble just with the slightest bit of dehydration as well.
Okay, and there was some research that was done some time ago in terms of looking at water in relation to or cancer and kind of the acidity issue with that. Tell us about that.
This is Dr. Warburg. Way back in 1931, he got a Nobel Prize where he discovered that cancer tissues and cells live in an acidic environment.
Okay.
And healthy tissues live in an alkaline environment. So the body was designed to be slightly alkaline. And if it's not, there's either trouble or there's going to be trouble.
Okay, so it may allow some things to occur or to sort of grow that wouldn't normally grow, because we're giving it a healthier environment to grow because it's more acidic.
Exactly. Okay. It's the same, we compare it to a fish tank a lot again. People who have a fish tank are constantly checking the pH of that tank. If the water is not pH balanced, we know what happens. Fish get sick, fish start to die, and the water turns green. Bad things start to grow, which are algae and things that shouldn't be growing in that environment. It's the same exact thing in the human body without a proper pH balance, and I think most of us know. We've heard in the back of our mind, pH and health, it's important, but most of us just, you say you have trouble drinking water. Most of us can't eat enough grass in a day either to try to keep alkaline.
Okay.
We don't eat enough vegetables, we don't eat enough fruit, and we know we should, but we don't.
Okay, and another thing too I'd found out some time ago is, for instance, with mosquitoes, that if your blood level is more acidic, you tend to be bitten a little bit more by mosquitoes compared to, well, actually if it's more alkaline, you tend to be bitten more than if it's acidic. So it tells us too that different things will get attracted or repelled based on what our body chemistry is all about as well. And colognes are affected by that based on your pH and how you interact with them. So water is that same kind of concept.
Exactly, and you know, we're 75+% water. So there's all different things we need. We need to eat right, supplementation is good, herbs are great, but the foundation for our health is, again, just like water in a fish tank. You can put vitamins and minerals and whatever you want, the food in a fish tank. If that water's off, the fish are going to get sick and die. It's the same with us. We're 75+% water. It has to be good water in our body.
Okay. Now tell me then about these properties of water. You said that there are 3. Break each of these down for me.
Okay. The reason why this is our machine here, it's a medical device in Japan. They've been using them for 40 years over there. The reason how they found it was scientists were looking at places like Lourdes, France, where, maybe heard of it, where Catholics make pilgrimage to, and people that are not well go there and get medical results, whether it's in their intestines and their digestion or their skin or their joints. And back in the 50s, Russian scientists studied, they wanted to know why would people get medical results at a spa or at a springs.
Right.
And they found it had 3 properties. It was alkaline,
Okay.
it was microclustered, which means super hydrating, and it had negative ions, which act as antioxidants in the water, which also makes it an anti-inflammatory.
Okay.
And so that's where it started. They found these 3 properties, leave it to the Japanese to figure out a way to simulate nature and take our tap water, run it through a system, and revert it back to that type of water that's been around since the beginning of time.
Okay, now you talked about, we kind of heard of alkaline and acidic, and there will be another segment where we're going to give examples of what that all means.
Yeah.
But you talked about super hydrating.
Yes.
What in the world is that? Because we don't think of water as being, I mean, I'm thinking about, you know, from the female perspective, and men do that too, moisturizing creams and things. To me, that's super hydrating because it's putting moisture back into your skin and giving you that softer, supple kind of look and feel.
Yes.
How is that related to super hydrating with water? What's that all about?
Well, you know, people who've studied health, whether it's a chiropractor, nutritionist, or a doctor, or whoever, they've known, and we've known for years, that dehydration is as important as the pH of the water in your body, hydration or dehydration. And so we have here in front of us all these bottled waters because almost anyone now is conscious of the fact they have to be hydrated. But 10 years later, in the middle of the bottled water boom, people are drinking bottle after bottle, and yet the things we know should happen with hydration are not necessarily happening the way they should. So it's crucial for health, and just like you said with your skin, it's like a sponge. If the sponge is dry in the middle or on the inside, the outside is going to be crinkly. It has a direct effect on the skin as well.
Okay, so there has to be something then in that water that is allowing it to be really absorbed into the tissue and the skin in order to hydrate the same way I'm thinking about these moisturizers.
Okay, so we take our water, it was once pristine at some source. Maybe you might think of a mountain stream in Colorado or a mountain stream up in the mountains of the Himalayas. Pure, pristine. We take it, we pipe it. If you've ever seen pictures of the inside of water pipes, it starts to change the structure of the water. When you find water in nature, it is alkaline and it is microclustered, and all that means is the clusters of the water molecules are in 5s and 6s. 6 little clusters of water molecules.
Okay.
And they're small. We compare it to a baseball or a marble.
Okay.
In nature, these clusters are the size of marbles. So if you imagine a chain link fence at a baseball field, if you take a baseball and you throw it, or you take baseballs, they'll stop at that fence all day long. That's what the fence is for. If you take marbles, they go right through.
Okay.
And that chain link fence is our cell walls and our tissue walls and our cell membranes. We're taking baseball water and we're turning it back into marble water like we'd find it in nature. So it can get through the tissue
for us to use it.
Hydration at a cellular level so we can use it. Yes.
Excellent. Let's take a really quick break, and I want to come back and talk about antioxidants and get into some of our testing, which is going to be so fun. Okay?
Good.
Please stay with us. We'll be right back.